Okay, welcome back to episode 4 of Fleetwood Takes on the Caves of Chaos, 36th Level Avenger. Here we are at Cave D, which I believe is the Goblin Cave. Fleetwood has already decimated the Kobold Cave and the Orc Cave. He's looked at this fire over here, quite interested in what's going on here, and is peering into this cave. So far in real, well, let's say game time, I think Fleetwood probably took around about 45 minutes to completely decimate 2 caves. He lost, I think, about 4 or 5 hit points in total, and has taken a potion of healing, which he found. So he's back up to his maximum hit points of 125. If you haven't been following these episodes, Fleetwood the Fallen is a Grandmaster of the two-handed sword, and therefore has a few abilities with that sword. So he's got an armor class of -8, but he's also got the deflect ability with the two-handed sword. Does it have it here? Yeah, so he can deflect up to 3 attacks on him that hit per round. So everything pretty much so far that we've met has needed a 20 to hit him, and then he needs only a 2 or more to save against that. So there is at the moment, with melee and thrown weapons, only a 0.0025% chance of him actually getting damaged. Obviously the best weapon to use against Fleetwood would be missile attacks, but I am using Keep on the Borderlands as written, so if it's not a missile attack, then it's likely that Fleetwood won't get hit. So we're going to continue as it's been. It has been a pretty much a meat fest so far. We're going to enter the Caves of Chaos. Let's have a look here. And here we go. So let's have a quick read of what the journal says about the Caves of Chaos. So this is D, the Goblin Lair. The natural cave quickly turns into the work stone tunnels typical of this whole complex. The passageways here are very busy. For every 10-foot distance covered by the party, there is a 1 in 6 chance that they will encounter a group of goblins. See below. Check each time your party travels 30 feet, a 3 in 6 chance, until wandering goblins are encountered, then check no further. Then they'll cry out an alarm, Bree-yark. So that's probably, I think, the first time that we see this cry, Bree-yark, which is synonymous with Goblin and D&D encounters nowadays, but the Keep on the Borderlands, I believe, was the first place where you would see it. So history in the making there. Wandering goblins are in addition to those found in the numbered areas. As I think these encounters are going to have little effect, we're just going to have Fleetwood encountering the numbers as written rather than wandering monsters. I think you'd be hanging around long enough. I will take a different approach though. I did have an excellent comment by someone. I believe the username was Anarion Alendil. Anarion, you are constantly in my feed, which is great. I really like to see your comments. And who suggested I just roll lots of 20-sided dice at the same time and see if there's a 20 when it comes to these combats. And I think that's probably a good idea, so that we can save time here. So I'm going to take that approach and see where that gets us. If it turns out that isn't the right approach, then we can always revert to how things have been going. So I'm clicking on Fleetwood the Fallen. If you have been following, then you know that he's got a continual light spell on his helmet, so he doesn't have infravision, but he can see for 30 feet in every direction, using what I call his miner's helmet. And he's going to enter the cave. He is absolutely not concerned about anything here. He's not taking any particular precautions. Now, if you can see here, either side of him, he can't really see beyond this area of light. So I'll use the measuring tool here. Let's see, so 30 feet. So he can't really see beyond here to where these goblins are. So let's see. the fact that you can see that, I believe, is because I'm the DM as well. Right, so we're going to see these goblins will attack straight away because they're going to defend their lair. These ones also, and I will say that they will surprise Fleetwood. So let's just, I'm going to use the select tool. This is Foundry VTT, if you aren't already aware of that. So I'm going to right click and we're going to add all these into the combat state, into the combat screen, which if I do that, I'll move it there, and we'll have this. Actually, I prefer to have the chat screen there, so let's do that, and we'll do that. Double click there we go, and we have the chat screen in that area there. And what that does is enable us to see a lot more about what's going on. So these goblins are going to attack immediately. They're going to throw their spears. So this is area 17. Let's have a quick look on the journal to satisfy any curiosity about that. So D17, 6 goblin guards with several spears each, only 3 hit points each, are alertly watching both passageways here for intruders of any sort, including hobgoblins from the south, because they don't like hobgoblins. They each have this amount of coinage. There's 60 spears. Okay, so loads of spears. Okay, so they have a bucket of spears. And I think is 18 going to be the same? Sorry, I should have looked at that first. 18, similar to 17, they cry Briark. And they're going to toss a sack with 250 gold pieces to the ogre in E22. So we have an ogre coming to ask for help. The ogre will accept the payment and enter the lair. So I'll probably do that after about one round, if the goblins look like they need the extra help. Okay, so let's begin combat. We can see here that Fleetwood the Fallen is slow. All that means is because he has a two-handed sword, so he will always lose the initiative, unless of course he's fighting someone else with the two-handed sword, and then I guess it's down to the initiative. We've got the hit points here down on the right, so Fleetwood has 125 and all these goblins have 3. Let's begin the combat. So do that. I didn't see any dice roll. That's interesting. So hopefully we will see some dice rolling as we move forward. Okay, so let's do this. So this is the first goblin. So this goblin over here has the first attack. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why did it take me long to count that? Okay, so let's just do the, like I said I was going to do here. We're going to roll 12d20. Okay, so that's our 12d20. And we'll see what happens. Oh, look at that. Oh, quite busy. Right, total of 96. And let's do that. And we have no 20s. Okay, so none of these hit with their spears. I'm going to assume, actually, I should have done the movement phases first, shouldn't I? So let's just move them all up so that they can all throw their spears. I'm going to move them here. So a slight error there because I had the movement phase first. I don't really have to worry about range because they all need 20 anyway. So they all throw a volley of spears. So Fleetwood basically has spears flying at him from every direction and none of them hit. They clatter against the walls either side of him and get absolutely nowhere. So we have Fleetwood's go. So I will set him as active. His movement phase, which way should he go? I think he's going to move here, this side. So he can move 30 feet in his encounter because he's encounter speed because he has plate mail, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which gets him up to the first goblin. He has 4 attacks per round, being a 36 level fighter. Against creatures he only needs a 2 to hit, which he does in respect to these creatures. But I think he's only going to be able to aim for 1 at the moment because of where he is here. So we move into the melee phase. He attacks with his two-handed sword secondary because this is an armed goblin, so it's a secondary attack with the two-handed sword. Watch my earlier videos if you need an explanation of that when it comes to weapon mastery. So I will click on that. We will roll the dice, and he rolls a 14, which does terrible amount of damage, 22 points damage, and we will completely destroy that goblin. That goblin has disappeared in a splat of pink mist. Right, and we will move it on to the next round. Okay, so these goblins have just seen this creature come up, and this human come up, step up, and just turn one of their fellows into pink mist. So we're going to have a morale save to start with. Morale roll rather than a save. So we'll roll that. Okay, so they've succeeded. They're holding strong. Okay, so this one's going to move forward, draw a short sword. We shall, let's see, where's the other one? Okay, that one's coming up from this way. Let's move it to there. I may as well just move all these now. We'll have these two going up. We'll have, let's say, okay, let's move that one to there. This is gridless, so I'm not worried about everyone filling up a 5-foot square. They'll probably get 3 goblins across this passage, no problem. One of these is going to run for the door, going to run full pelt, so we'll get there. And this one is going to throw a spear. These are also just going to throw spears. Okay, so we'll get them up to there. Let's move them all to here. Lovely. Okay, so now we only have 11. Well, 10 actually, because one's gone over here. So we have 10 dice that are 10 d20, if you like. So let me click this 10 times. There we go. 10 d20 of, well, first the spears, and so the first 6 on the rolls, if you like you see up here, I've got these. So the first 6 will be the spears, because that will be the thrown first, and then we'll have the rest would be the swords. They're all d6 anyway, actually, so I don't think it really matters. Okay, so do we have any 20s here? We do. Okay, so one of the spears potentially damages Fleetwood, but because it's a thrown weapon, he has the potential to deflect it. So let's make a saving throw versus death ray. If it's a 1, then it's deflected. Okay, so let's go to the attributes. Let's click this, make a death save, and he saves. So he knocks the spear aside. Okay, so we kind of knew that was going to happen. That's kind of been the formula as we've gone along. And we can see that no other weapon hits. Okay, so so this seems like a really good idea, an Ari on a Lendil. So thank you for that. That's really speeding this along. I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. Brilliant. So we will move that on to, oh, actually this one, I'll say we'll use his combat round if you like to open the door. Oh, hang on, that's locked it. And so opens the thing and scrap and throws a bag of 250 gold into this room and calls for the help of the ogre. Right, so we are going to make Fleetwood active. He's now surrounded by 3 goblins. Okay, so he's going to use his multiple attack against all 3 of these. So let's see if I can target them all at the same time. Hang on, done that wrong. So we'll target that one. We'll target that one. We'll target that one. There we go. And let's see how this works. So this is going to be secondary attack. Roll. 6. All I need is a 2, so that's fine. So that's 1 down. Oh, and the swishing of the 2-handed sword completely takes them apart. 2 down. And 3 down. Yeah, 3 down. Absolutely. Okay, so 3 goblins are completely decimated, so they're gone. Let's just delete them. Oh no, let's make sure I don't include him. So dead, dead, dead. Okay, and right, so we are into the next round. So move it forward into round 3. Okay, so well, this has got to be a morale roll, hasn't it? Really, I'll do a different roll for this group than to the other group, I think. So they fail. Okay, so these goblins here fail. They're bugging out. So I'm going to say they absolutely sprint down to here. Let's move them all down, somewhere down here. They're legging it, screaming and whatever they're doing. This one, let's see what this morale for this guy is, because they're in a different group and know about the hobgoblin the ogre coming. So he's sticking around, but I think he's going to move back to about here to this bucket o' spears that's next to him here and throw a spear. This one is going to move to here, and we've got this ogre that we need to add now to the combat. So we'll toggle him into the combat. Let's see where he is. Excellent. So his movement is, let's just bring him into there, something like that. Screaming and shouting, saying, "Oh, dinner has arrived early." Excellent. Obviously not knowing that he might actually end up being the one who'll get cooked. Okay, so we'll say, can he see? Oh, I can just see Fleetwood there, can't he? Right, okay, so we'll have these two fling a spear. I'll just do that. Separate, there's only two of them now. That's no. And this one will fling another spear in their missile round. Oh, unlucky mate, unlucky mate. Okay. This ogre doesn't have any missile, I don't believe. No, he's just a club. He hates Neanderthals. Fantastic. Right, so okay, we have Fleetwood the Fallen. He will move. Where's he going to move? Let's have a look. He has he moves to he can't really get there, can he? He still has his bottle of kobold wine. He takes a swig, just strolls over here, burps loudly at the goblins, looks at disdain at the ogre, wondering how he's ever scared of one of those things, and we'll move it into the next round. So we're into, oh, hang on, round, move it. Round 4, excellent. Okay, right, so we'll have the ogre charge forward, smash this table out of the way with his thighs, and is pulling his club back to absolutely take Fleetwood's head off. Fleetwood just raises an eyebrow. These goblins are going to throw their spears in the movement phase. So let's do that. So a spear by one of them. No. And a spear by the other one. No. Okay. Alright. So they're just flying past, doing absolutely no damage, and then the ogre in its melee round, the club attacks Fleetwood. Of course, needs a 20 again. Would have been a nice bit of damage if it. Oh, look how close we are to the 20 there. So it's a familiar story. Misses, of course, but of course there would still be the deflect chance that Fleetwood would have on this thing. And now it's Fleetwood's go. I think this ogre might be over. I mean, 25 hit points, quite a lot if you were a first level character coming up against something and only doing d6 or d8 damage. But this is completely different. So it's Fleetwood's turn. We'll set him active in the round. And we're going to give him 4 attacks against this thing if he needs them. So, oh, hang on, I don't need to have that up there. Let's just go secondary attack because it's against a weapon wielding creature. Oh, well, it's a good job he has 4 attacks, I guess. So that's a miss. Let's have a go with your second attack. That is a hit. Okay, doing 20 damage. Okay, so let's do 20 damage here. Minus 20. Oh, 20. Okay, we can see how little he has left. He's got a bit of red there. Terrible. And let's zoom in here, so because it's all a bit. Okay, so it's just a little bit down there. And we got 2 more attacks. Oh, I need to click on him first. 2 more attacks. Okay, so let's do that. 15. Doing another 24 damage. The ogre has just been turned to mince. Nice easy 250 gold pieces for Fleetwood. And we are into the next round, round 5. Do we really need to do a morale check? No, we don't. I don't think. These guys are going to flee, and they're fleeing down to the into here, which is going to be the which is actually the common room. I think it's 19. Let's have a look. 19. What's it called? What the actual name of it is? Common room. Yeah. So 10 males and 14 females. So in earlier Dungeons & Dragons games, they did distinguish between males and females. And we have 10 males, 14 females, 6 young, dwelling here. Food prepared and eaten here, general meetings, etc. Okay, so we have potential 24 extra enemies here. How have I equipped these? Have I equipped these with spears as well? Yeah, they're just spears. Again, no bows. I know I've had a few comments about, oh, well, what about the tactics, and wouldn't they all just run away? Well, yes, I guess they would all just run away if they could get past Fleetwood. So there is the getting past Fleetwood that will be needed. But essentially also you could just say everyone runs away, and this would be a very short video. So let's get back to Fleetwood. We'll set him active. We'll move him, so 30. Okay, so about there. Let's move it on to round 6, and we will bring all these into the combat. Let's add them. Brilliant. Okay, so you can see how this manages it. So all these are in the combat, and we're going to these two at the bottom here. We're telling them all to line up into volleys, and everybody throw a spear, because this MF is a death itself. So he's been sent by the Goblin Immortal to wreak justice on those who have offended him. So let's line them all up into volleys. Form square, form square. Let's do all that. Excellent. Brilliant. And we'll put them here. We have some. Yeah. Just imagine these tables have all been shoved off to one side. Okay, so what did I say? 24. Yeah, 24 plus these two, so 26 d6. I'm going to count them all just to make sure that I haven't made that mistake. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 26. Yeah. Okay. All the kids have been shoved over into probably, let's say it's down into this little corridor here. And we'll have one of the we'll have one of these running down here to get a message to the Goblin Chief, which is over there. So they'll enter the combat the round after this. So Fleetwood the Fallen, we'll set him active. The reason I'm doing this is so that we can actually measure the rounds. We can see how long this actually takes. So he's actually about here by this time, ready to receive a terrible volley of spears. So who can see him? How far along? Everyone can really. He can't. Can't. So just these two can't. So I'm going to add that one over there as well. So I say 23 spears get flung at Fleetwood in the next round, which we'll move on to now. Oh, that didn't go over, did it? For some reason. I think that's because I added all the other goblins in the previous round, at the beginning of the previous round. That's there we go. So round 7. So we will have 23. So forward stroke R, 23d20. This is where the RAM on my computer gets tested. Wow. Okay. Making 251 if you needed to know what the total was. We have one hit, so the fourth one hit. Did he deflect it? Did Fleetwood deflect it? We'll have a look. Roll. Yes, he did. Okay, so out of 23 spears being flung at Fleetwood, he dodged and weaved, did the old rope-a-dope, and avoided 23 spears. And so that's that. Oh, of course. So they didn't use their movement round, but this one did. So let me just rewind a little bit and bring this one back to here for next round, and bring these three into the combat for next time as well. Oh, I don't want that. Did the wrong thing there. Bring them into the combat there, and we'll do that for the next round. Okay, so move into Fleetwood's movement phase. So he'll move up to here. It looks like he's going to be able to reach two of them in his combat phase. I'll set him active. So there's, oops, where are we? Targeting that one, and we have 2 secondary attacks. So he sweeps at one, takes it apart, sweeps at the other, and also takes that apart. So this guy's going through like a Flymo lawnmower. Yep, so they're dead. And we're into the next round of combat. Okay, okay, so let's do that. Into round 8. Right, so goblins. I'm going to make alright, so we're going to make a morale check, obviously. They've just seen 2 of their comrades completed. Actually, you know what? I won't do a morale check yet because the chief hasn't come into it yet. Okay, so we're going to have a quick rush around. So movement here, drawing short swords. Going to completely surround Fleetwood. Hey, let's do that. Coming around here, coming around there, and we'll have one coming around there. Okay, so we've got 8 surrounding Fleetwood. Plus, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we'll just do 16 D20 to start with. So in a mix of missile and melee, they all do D6 damage, and there's no difference when it comes to the death ray. So we'll just do that for speed. So /R 16 D20. There we go. Do we have any 20s? Oh, we got 3 20s. Oh, it's a pity there wasn't 4, because if there was 4, one of them would definitely get through. But we've got 3 chances to roll a 1 here for Fleetwood. So let's do that first. So the first one, which would have been a spear, gets deflected. The second one also gets deflected. And if that moves away from there we go. And the third one is a short sword, and that also gets deflected. Almost got through. Shame there wasn't a 4th 20, because if there was a 4th 20, he can only deflect 3 in a round. So the 4th one would have got through. It's a real shame there. Okay, so that's that. So we have now Fleetwood's turn. Oh, actually, I didn't move these guys, did I? In their movement phase, I would have moved them up. Let's move them to here. And actually, they probably would have also all had a spear attack, wouldn't they? So let's give them that, actually. Let's give them that spear attack. So it's 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. Oh, no 20s there. That would have been good. Okay, so no spear attack gets through. Fleetwood the Fallen's turn. We'll set him active. Okay, so he can he'll attack these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Say secondary. Oh, I keep doing that. Select the token. Right. 1. That's a hit. Oh, how come he gets 20s? He just always gets the 20s. Not fair. Okay, that's another one that hits. So we got 4 hits here. Yep. So we have 4 dead goblins mowed down. One man went to mow a meadow. Right, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have lots of dead goblins painting the walls. So we are now into round 9 apparently. Okay. So this one's going to make a morale check and fails. Okay, so we got the goblins failing their morale check. Okay, so the chief has come to help, flings a spear, misses. 4 more goblins go down, and they're like, nah, not having this. Now, interestingly, in BECMI, as opposed to later versions of the game, you can run away, and according to the rules cyclopedia, you can retreat, and you get someone gets +2, an attacker gets +2 to attack you if you are within range of a melee attack at the time of the attack. So I don't get so Fleetwood doesn't get an immediate attack against this goblin if they run. Okay, or at +2. I've seen it played like that, and you can play it like that, but I think as rules is written, tell me if I'm wrong, rules is written in the rules cyclopedia, they run, and if they are within range of an attack, a melee attack I believe, then they can, there's a +2 against that person because they're just fleeing, they're not doing any other defense, they're completely running away. Of course there is the option for a fighting withdrawal as well, so could just do that, couldn't we? Just do a fighting withdrawal, and they don't get any, there's no actual chance to be hit, but we're going to have them run away. So there's no opportunity attacks or attacks opportunity in BECMI. Rules as written, but you do you. Okay, so these are also wanting to run away. Let's see. So we're going to have them. Yeah, just have them out of there. Let me just delete them. They're going to run. Fleetwood's not chasing, and these can all, if they run at their full pelt speed, they'd all get out. So they're all gone. I'm going to have these ones stick around though. Why has it not disappeared from my encounter screen here? Right, so this one will have throw a spear, so run up to here and throw a spear, run up to here and throw a spear. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Okay, let's fire a spear. Fire a spear, I keep saying that. Okay, that fails. We also have these 2 as well. Okay, so 2 more spears we'll throw. Okay, 1. And 2. Okay, no good. So as you can see, I'm kind of blending the movement and the missile phase here because it's just faster. And yeah, he's going to do his spear as well, the Goblin Chief. All right. 12 misses. Okay. All right, so we'll untarget him. We shall set active. Okay, I don't know why this thing is still showing all the goblins here, but doesn't matter. All right, so we will come up to here, and we will. You can hit these 2, can't he? They're in 2-handed sword range. So we shall swing our 2-handed sword and miss it. We hit. Forgot we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a walking god. And that one hits as well. Alright, so that's 2 more deleted from here. Lovely. Okay. And we will move it into the next round. Did I set that as active? Set active. Still doing it. Okay. Don't know what's happening there. I believe the encounter thing has cocked up again. Alright, so let me delete this encounter. There we go. No, that's cocked up again. Does that. Old school essentials people, I don't know why that is. So if you are looking at this and wanting to see how your game is working, I'm getting the occasional error with this encounter chart. I'm going to reload. See you back here in a minute. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to select these three again, add them to the combat thingy-majig. We will begin combat, and we have the Goblin Chief going first. I think the Goblin Chief's got nothing to lose, so rather than run away, we'll have this heroic Goblin fling himself at Fleetwood the Fallen. We'll see what this one does. Let's have a look. Oh, sticking by. Oh, there you go, morale, eh? Teamwork, okay. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, so one Goblin, draw his sword. This Goblin, draw his, what's he got? Short sword. Attacking Fleetwood. Come on, do it. Do it. Rolls. Oh, it's just dancing around that 20, isn't it? Misses. It's terrible. Okay. This guy stabs with his short sword. And misses as well. Okay, so the inevitable is obviously going to happen here. Where we have these two targeted by Fleetwood. Keep doing that. We click this one down here. Okay, that's a hit. Remember, only needs a 2. Oh wow, 3 ones. 3 ones and does 13 points of damage. Disgusting. And 19. Yep, 25 points of damage. So that destroys these two. There we go. We'll end the combat there. Lots of goblins fleeing the caves, and it looks like already Fleetwood has defeated this cave D in very quick time. Let's have a quick look in room 20, where we will read what it says. So cave 20, where are we? D20, chieftain's room. Had a chainmail and shield, not that it helped much. 18 gold, 2 platinum pieces. Rubbish. Each guard has 8 electrum pieces. He and the guards have bows hung on the wall. Okay, well, if there's time, they will take them down. They didn't really have time, did they? Because Fleetwood was coming. That might have helped, though. Not that they would have known that. Let's see what else. A low bench. Secret drawer. Stored treasure. A tapestry worth 900 gold pieces. Would Fleetwood have knowledge of fine art? Don't know. Might do. Just because he's a demented nutcase doesn't mean he doesn't like the finer things in life. Nearby is a stand pewter bowl which holds 273 silver and 321 copper pieces. So what's that? 3 gold. Fine. Okay, so that's that. Let's double click on that so I can keep it on the screen. And let's have Fleetwood move around. So he will go up here. I'm going to move him over here. G. What's G? Is this a trap, perhaps? Area G. Guard poke. Guard. Watcher. Orc. I don't know why that's an orc. Maybe have I copied that wrong, or am I looking at another G? Not sure why that's there. Okay. I'll ignore it for now. Where are we? G. Yeah, strange. Okay. I won't bother looking at the actual module for that. There we go. So walks up to here, nothing, and strolls in. Oh, look, we have 4 more goblins here. These have crossbows. Interesting. Okay, right. I'm gonna have it. Why not? that they were lined up here. Okay, because they heard stuff. They heard stuff going off. They heard their people getting decimated. They lined up their crossbows. But don't know if they know these secret doors here. Let me have a look at the text, because let's have a look. So this is 21. Storage chamber. Armed with ready crossbows and swords. The hobgoblins below use the secret door known only to them. Steal the food. Okay, so they don't know about this secret door. Just in case you couldn't see that, I'll highlight that. The hobgoblins use a secret door known only to them to steal the best of the food, stuff and drinks. I don't know what the best of goblin foodstuffs and drinks would be, but hobgoblins obviously think there is some. Let's see. If the adventurers stay in this chain for more than a turn, a party of 4 hobgoblins will come through the secret door. Okay, interesting. Okay, so Fleetwood comes round this corner and is greeted by a volley of crossover bolts. He's totally confident, not expecting it, of course, and so we're going to say that Fleetwood is surprised. There we go. We will begin the combat with one of the goblins firing a crossbow, firing a bolt from his crossbow, I should say, not firing his crossbow. And that's a miss. Let's just click this 4 times. What's this? Oh, come on, just off that 20. That's dreadful. There we go. Another one. Because obviously if that 20 hits, that's a hit. That, you know, because you can't deflect these missiles. No good. Okay, great. So if this is within 30 feet, then it's likely that these... no? Okay, so what's 30 feet? About to here. Okay, so ponderously walks up to here. Death is coming towards you, goblins. Go on, have another go. We're not going to do a... not going to do a morale check. I want to see if there's a possibility of Fleetwood actually being hit. Okay, so 4d20. Let's just do this. 4d20. Oh, there's a 20. There's a hit. A hit on Felonious. Oh, it's the last one. 2 1s and a 20. Feast and famine. Wow. Okay, so we have a hit. Let it be a good one. Okay, d6 for the damage. Ah, oh, for God's sake. Talk about flesh wound. Right, so we have -1 hit point on Fleetwood. Right, well, but at least he's damaged. That's that. Okay, so we will take him off there. We'll make him active. This is, of course, round 2. I should have put that. Let me move that on. Yeah, round 2. Steps up. Who's first, he says. Right. Let's target them all. There we go. Oh, if you're wondering what this X is, I believe the module that I'm using just shows where, you know, if people forget where their token was before they moved it, that just shows. Okay, so we have 1, 2, yes, 3, and so we have 3 dead. Oh, the other one survives. Okay, right. So that's dead. Pop, pop, pop. And I believe this would have been the one that hit him actually, because it's the 4th one along. So we'll take that off. We'll move it here. This goblin's gonna step back. No attacks of opportunity, of course. Fighting withdrawal. Doing with his crossbow. And let's see how this goes. So crossbow fires. 19. It's good, but not good enough. So Fleetwood will obviously just step up and do the necessary, really. Okay, so Fleetwood just nonchalantly flicks his sword at the creature, who explodes in front of him for 26 points of damage. 23 points more than needed to do. Okay, so this room, like I said, is a storeroom. He flings the empty bottle of kobold wine to one side and picks up a goblin one. Why not? Do a bit of comparison. He was a wine taster in his early days. His grandfather owned a vineyard down by the coast of Duchy of Galamakos, near the shores of Specularum. Yeah, doesn't talk about it though. They were Traladarans, and he tries to keep a peace with the Thyacians. Okay, so we are moving out here. Doesn't know about the secret door. Not looking for secret doors. Doesn't have an innate ability to see it. Finds the goblin kids. Will fade to black for a moment. It's gone quiet, let's just say that. We'll move to here. And nothing, okay. Nothing around. We'll check out the ogre den. What was in the ogre den? So let's have a look. The ogre den had, so this would be E. Ogre lair. Okay. Nothing more than a huge skin of a huge bear. Okay, 90% likely to take any offer. Let's look at the actual. Okay, if you offer him a bribe or 20 or more gold piece, 90% chance to be allowed to leave. Didn't do that. 6 magic arrows plus 1. Not using a bow. A potion of invisibility and a magic scroll of 2 cleric spells. Cure light wounds and whole person. Oh my god, as if he didn't need any help. As if he needed any more help. Okay, so we have a potion of invisibility. Yeah, he'll have a sip of that. And he notes it's a potion of invisibility. And we have a scroll of cure light wounds and a scroll of whole person. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get do that. Let's get Felonius back up here. I believe I have the items in here. So equipment, magic item, potions, invisibility. I don't really think he's going to be using it, but hey, he'll take it. You never know, might come in handy. Potion of invisibility is added. And we have also the scrolls, didn't we? Oops, no, don't do that. Oh, I don't look like I've spells. Okay, I don't look like I've got any scrolls unless I go to the compendium here. Hopefully there's stuff here in the no magic items here. Adventuring equipment, adventuring weapons, monsters, spells. No. Okay, I'll just remember I've got a scroll of cure light wounds and a scroll of whole person, just in case I need them. I've got my own spells here. Got cure light wounds, that picks me back up to 3 cure light wounds and an extra whole person as well, which I've already got 2. And I'm just 1 hit point down. If you look, remember, I've 1 hit point down to 124 hit points. Ooh, need to watch out. That's still on combat mode, isn't it? Let me end the combat there. There we go. Right, so we'll take him back through here. We are, sorry, there's nothing down there. Anything down there? Anything down there? No. Looking around, comes back to the cave entrance D. These goblins down here, we're going to say, let's say they're going to fight for their lives. It was between them. No, actually, they would have run out. They would have run out, wouldn't they? Knowing that the hobgoblins won't let them back. No, sod it. Let's have them coming back. The hobgoblins have closed the door on them, said you can't come here. So they're strolling back and Fleetwood's coming towards them. Let's have a final flourish of a battle here. The goblins go first, fighting for their lives. So they're all going to fling their spears at Fleetwood. So this is going to be, what is that, how many? 6? 60-20. So I'll just click that 6 times. 60-20. Any 20s there? I don't believe there is. Nope, no 20s there. Okay, so we'll move it on to Fleetwood. Set active, runs up, places himself here. I believe he can get 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so uses his long sword, two-handed sword, has 1 down. That's again he gets another 20. It's not right, is it? It's like no justice in the world. Okay, so these 3 are decimated. 1, 2, 3. And can he get the other one? Can he get the other one? Nah, I'll say no. Right, so we'll move it on to the next one. So we've got 3d20, so they'll back off. They've got 1 more spear each, we'll say. It's all they're going to last, I think. I'll do 3d20 on him. As 3 spears get flung towards Fleetwood. None of them hit. So Fleetwood strolls forward and, you know, say hello to my little friend kind of thing. And attacks with his two-handed sword. I did select him. Okay, so let's do that. 1. That's a hit. That's another one. Okay. I don't know why that's... I think it's because I clicked it a few times. That's why that kept coming up. Okay, so they're all dead. And Fleetwood wipes his sword, takes a swig of the goblin wine. It's a bit bitter compared to the kobold one. And he walks towards this door, which is going to take us, I believe, into the hobgoblin cave, which is cave F. Okay, so we've done D and we've done E, because E was the ogre cave, which, as you can see, was just this thing. That's it. So the fire outside was all to do with the ogre, who would, like, you know, pull the legs off the odd adventurer or 2 and eat them for lunch and second breakfast and whatever else you want to call it. So we're really coming up to the rear entrance, if you like, to cave F, which is the hobgoblin cave. Now, what's interesting about this is that I believe, well, there is the knoll cave as well, but the hobgoblin cave is going to be one of the, well, let's just say, let's include the knoll cave actually. The hobgoblin cave and the knoll caves are really the last of the huge amount of enemies. So I don't think after that it's really the kind of like oh no, we got this one more orc cave up here, haven't we? Okay. Oh, bugbear cave. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. See, it's a long time since I've run this properly. So we've still got an orc cave, we've got a bugbear cave, we've got hobgoblin cave, we've got a knoll cave. Before, you know, some of the bigger enemies start to emerge. But, you know, it looks like, you know, when it comes to the numbers, they're not really making themselves count. When it comes to these hobgoblins over here, let's see what they're armed with. Again, swords. So, you know, we don't have missile combat to take advantage of any potential weaknesses with that deflect skill that Fleetwood has. I mean, who would have known that you'd have a 36 level Avenger coming down your corridor? No one accounted for that. You know, it's really poor risk management, if I can say so. But anyway, let's leave it there for now. This has got to close to an hour, so that'll do. We've done Cave D. We're on to Cave F. Sorry, we've done D and E. So we're on to Cave F, which I don't think is going to take too long, if I'm honest. These are quite spread out. And then after F, well, you could, yeah, we can. I'm just looking at how this is set up, so sorry if I'm sounding all a bit. Yeah, so I think we'll be into F next time, and then we'll have a decision about what to do. Shall he go back up and into the other caves here, or work his way around? I don't know. We'll have to see. But we're down in cave F at the moment. I'm going to do a snapshot of this at the minute. There we go. So in Foundry, so that you know where you can basically be where you start, where you finished, if you like. I can double click on this thing over here. Actually, I can configure it. Configure. And if I click this initial view position, I just click that. That's it, and I save it. So when I start this and just load it up, I'm going to be exactly here. I won't be having to find out where I was. This will be where I start. So hopefully you'll join me for that. Otherwise, keep making your saving throws, and I hope to see you back again soon.